Hi, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please feel free to subscribe and to share with others this channel. I want it to be really clear. So I am a protective parent. My children were alienated against me, and I use that word alienation because I understand that is exactly what it feels like. You've seen some of my other YouTubes, you know why we try not to use that terminology because it was created by someone who really didn't do any research and was using it to harm protective mothers over and over again. It's been used throughout the family court system. As a matter of fact, myself and my colleague Amy Polacco just published this book, Framed: Women in the Family Court Underworld. It's not to say that men don't experience this abuse, but there just isn't as much power in a woman's ability for her to exert these different ways to harm people. In general, men, in particular white men, have more power in society. And because of that, they're able to exert more coercive control, narcissistic abuse to others and onto others, including their children. This is why my podcast called Perfect Prey is all about the experiences of adult and child victims. And right now, I'm actually interviewing child victims who have experienced coercive control in their own childhood. Why? Because abusers choose their victims over and over again. We know that they do. They choose givers in relationships, people who try really hard, fixers. I know lots of therapists who have been victims of coercive control, narcissistic abuse, because again, therapists try to fix things. They try to help people. So I am here today to talk specifically about what happens when these abusers exert coercion and control over our children. Of course, a lot of children fawn, right? They just follow along, do what they're supposed to do. Some children actually might take on some of the traits of the abusive parent. And this is typically most protective parents' worst nightmare. So the children become, again, using that word, alienated from the protective parent. What we really mean when we say alienation is we mean they are brainwashed, they are indoctrinated. It is like a cult. This is not what the children want or desire, but they are required to exert power and control over the protective parent. So they come home and they act, unfortunately, in ways that can be very triggering and overwhelming for the protective parent. It makes perfect sense. They're going to say things they know are hurtful because they've been listening to a recording from that abusive parent, and they are literally the mouthpieces. That is a brainwashing and indoctrination. It is certainly like a cult. And in that, what we know happens is that actually compromises our children. Our children don't really want to do this. They are being forced to do it. They are soldiers. And when they do this, they don't feel good about themselves. They are feeling less than and devalued in their own lives. This is why it's so important that we respond appropriately. If we respond in a reactive way, like, how dare you talk to me? You sound just like your father. When we do that, we are only further shaming our children. And what that's doing, oh man, that's helping the coercive controller, narcissistic abuser get exactly what they want. They are getting a reaction from you, and what it is doing, it is literally assisting in the fracturing of the attachment that your child has with you. Because what happens is your child feels shame when they're around you, and they feel less than, and they feel more devalued, even though they're only following the instructions of the general that they are supposed to follow. So I hope that's helpful. I want you to really think about the lens of coercive control. When your children are behaving a certain way, that is their pain. And I am going to pick up that on the next YouTube. Have a great day. Please remember to subscribe and to tell other people about this channel. Thank you.